Tonight, you're going to say something about someone who isn't here. Maybe it's small, maybe it's harmless. You'll mention a coworker's odd habit, or laugh about a friend's mistake, or share a piece of information that isn't really yours to share. And you'll do it without thinking. It will feel automatic, involuntary, like breathing. But the real answer is far stranger. What you're doing isn't a flaw. It isn't weakness. It isn't even really about the person you're talking about. You are doing something your ancestors spent millions of years evolving to do. You are building your tribe. You are mapping your world. You are surviving. Gossip has a bad reputation. You've probably been told to stop it, told that it's petty or cruel or immature. Society drew a line around it and called it vice. But if you step back and look at what gossip actually does, what it has always done, that line starts to look very different. Gossip is one of the most powerful social tools you possess. It is the invisible architecture of human connection, and it has been holding your world together since long before you were born. Think about your day. How many conversations did you have? Somewhere in there, chances are good that at least one of them involved someone who wasn't present. Maybe you said something like, "Did you hear about what happened at the meeting?" Or, "I don't know why she keeps doing that." Or simply, "He's not who I thought he was." These aren't random slips. They are deliberate acts of social navigation. Every time you share information about another person, you are doing something your brain was specifically designed to do. Your brain treats social information the way a smartphone treats battery life. It prioritizes it. It allocates resources to it. It wakes you up with it. Researchers have found that your brain processes social information differently from other types of information. When you hear something about a person, especially something negative or surprising, certain regions light up in ways they don't for neutral facts. Your mind is wired to care about other minds. This isn't a bug. It is the central feature of being human. The anthropologist Robin Dunbar studied this for decades. He looked at primate groups and human societies and noticed something remarkable. The larger the social group, the larger the neocortex, the thinking part of the brain, had to be. There was a direct, measurable link between social complexity and brain size. Dunbar concluded that human intelligence didn't evolve primarily for tool-making or hunting or language in the abstract. It evolved for social life, for keeping track of other people, for navigating the endlessly complicated web of relationships that defines human existence. Your ability to gossip, to share and process information about others, is not a side effect of intelligence. It is the reason you have intelligence in the first place. But there is a number attached to all of this. Dunbar's number, approximately 150. This is the maximum number of stable social relationships a human brain can maintain. Note acquaintances, not followers, not people you recognize from afar, real relationships. The kind where you know who someone is, what they value, who they trust, who they're angry at, who they sleep with, who they owe money to, who betrayed whom, who is allied with whom. 150 people. That is the size of a village. That is the size of a Roman army cohort. That is the approximate size of most human communities throughout history. And gossip is the technology that makes 150 possible. Consider what gossip actually does. It transfers information about social norms without requiring you to experience the consequences yourself. If someone in your group cheats, steals, or breaks a trust, gossip spreads that information. You learn what happened. You learn what the punishment was. You learn what is acceptable and what isn't. And you adjust your behavior accordingly, all without ever having been caught doing anything wrong. This is social learning at its most efficient. It is how your ancestors avoided danger without dying. It is how communities enforced cooperation without constant violence. Gossip is a warning system, a reputation tracker, a social immune response. The psychologist Dorothy Morrow conducted a study that measured exactly how much of daily conversation is devoted to social information. The results were striking. Across cultures and contexts, roughly 65% of all communication is gossip. 65%. That means most of what you say, most of what anyone says, is about people who aren't in the room. And this isn't a modern phenomenon. Anthropologists who studied small-scale societies found the same pattern. Gossip is universal. It is not culturally specific. It is not a recent invention of social media or office culture. It is as old as language itself. This raises an important question. If gossip is this fundamental, this central to human functioning, why does it carry such a heavy stigma? Why do we shame it while simultaneously depending on it? The answer lies in a simple fact. Gossip is powerful, and power is always dangerous. When you share information about someone, you are shaping their reputation. You are influencing how others see them. You are altering the social landscape in real time. This is a form of control, and humans are deeply uncomfortable with the idea that someone else might be controlling their social standing through words spoken in their absence. But here is the twist. You are not just the target of gossip. You are also its architect. Every time you speak, you are building your own reputation. You are signaling what you value, who you trust, and what kind of person you are. Gossip works both directions. It connects you to others and it reveals you to them. This is why the topic matters so much. This is why understanding gossip isn't just interesting, it's essential. The evolutionary psychologist Nicholas Epley studied the relationship between gossip and social intelligence. His research showed that people who are better at reading social situations, who understand group dynamics, who can anticipate how information will be received, are also better at gossip. Not in the malicious sense, in the strategic sense. They know what to share, when to share it, and with whom. They use social information to build alliances, to repair relationships, to navigate conflict. Gossip, done skillfully, is a form of emotional intelligence. It is the practical application of understanding other people, and your ancestors needed this understanding desperately. For most of human history, you did not live in cities. You did not have laws written on paper. You did not have courts or police or social security numbers. You lived in groups of maybe 30 to 150 people. Your survival depended on knowing who could be trusted, who was hoarding resources, who was spreading disease, who was sleeping with whom, who owed favors, who held grudges. In this world, information about other people was literal survival information. Gossip wasn't entertainment. It was intelligence gathering. It was the difference between walking into a dangerous situation and avoiding it, between forming a useful alliance and making a fatal enemy. This is why gossip feels so natural. It feels so compelling. It feels almost irresistible. Your brain is not broken when you want to know what someone said about you. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is scanning the social environment. It is updating its map. It is keeping you safe. The urge to gossip is the urge to survive. It is the same urge that makes you check your phone the moment you wake up. The same urge that makes you notice when someone's tone shifts. The same urge that makes you remember every awkward thing you said 3 years ago. Your brain is a social radar. It is always on. It is always listening. But there is a darker side. Gossip can be weaponized. It always has been. When information is power, those who control information control people. A well-placed rumor can destroy a reputation. A carefully timed whisper can shift alliances. A strategically shared secret can isolate a target. This is not new. This is ancient. The same mechanisms that built your tribe can also tear it apart. Gossip is amoral. It is a tool. And like any tool, its value depends on how it is used. The psychologist Robert Kurzban studied this from a different angle. He found that people are surprisingly good at detecting when they are being discussed. Even when they are not directly present, humans have an almost supernatural sensitivity to social information about themselves. This is called the cocktail party effect, the ability to hear your name in a noisy room. But it extends far beyond that. You notice when someone's behavior changes around you.